Your business deploys AI pilots everywhere. But are they going anywhere? Or are they stuck in silos, exhausting resources, unable to scale? Maybe you don't need hundreds of AI pilots, you need a holistic strategy. IBM has 65,000 consultants with Gen AI expertise who can help you design, integrate, and optimize AI solutions. So you're not just deploying AI, you're scaling it across your business. Learn more at ibm.com/consulting. IBM. Let's create.
Hi. Sorry, did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, distribute it everywhere, and even earn money, all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit your podcasts right from your phone or your computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, and when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&As and polls are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. Ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I feel so supported in the creation and distribution of my show. Spotify for Podcasters hosts masterclasses, office hours, and more to help creators develop and fine-tune their skills. I highly recommend you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to or back to 80/20. My name's Lily. I'm your host. Thank you so much for clicking on today's episode. To be totally candid with you guys, I have not really been feeling on my game lately, and I've been kind of beating myself up about it. If you guys checked back last week, you probably saw that I didn't post an episode, and I was thinking about just skipping this week again too, but I was just driving home from the gym, and it's about like 7:30 in the morning. I have a really, really big day ahead of me. And then Thursday's crazy too. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to skip this week and it's going to be fine. And then I thought back to this LinkedIn post that I saw last night. I scroll LinkedIn all the time. I think that it's a great platform. It's inspirational to some degree. And I also follow a lot of people in like digital marketing and stuff. And so I get a lot of inspiration from LinkedIn. And I saw this post and it said, showing up daily, what we think it means. And it's like 10 circles that are totally full. And then underneath of it, it says what it actually means. And it's those same 10 circles, but some of them are full. Some of them are like a quarter of the way full. Some of them are 3/4 of the way full. Some of them are halfway full. So it just reminded me that even though I don't feel like, even though maybe I don't think I have anything really, really good to say today, or maybe just because I don't think I can give 100% doesn't mean that I shouldn't show up. I might have, 25% in my tank, but that doesn't mean that this episode is going to be totally garbage. It just means that it probably won't be like my most popular, and that's fine. If you're anything like me and you're a creative person, you may struggle with constantly feeling like you have to produce your best. Maybe this is a perfectionist trait as well. You have to produce your best piece of content every single time, and it's tricky because your work is always on display, and the things that you do, the things that you say, the things that you post, the copy that you write, it's always on display, and everybody sees it and everybody can critique it, and everybody can see how many likes it gets, and everyone can see how many views it gets, and that's kind of like a lot of weight to carry. I don't know. So anyway, I've been struggling with that recently. I've been feeling pretty burnt out. I don't like to toss that word around too much because burnout is serious, but it's like by Tuesday, I feel like a piece of shit. That's like not right, right? So what am I doing to overcome whatever the fuck is going on with me right now? bare minimum showing up for me. I know that I have to do at least the bare minimum for myself. So for me, that meant getting up at like 4:45 and going to the gym today. For me, that meant making sure that I got my morning meditation in. Even though it was only 3 minutes long, I didn't get to sit there for like 20 minutes and like watch the sunrise and meditate and all this other stuff. But I got a 3-minute meditation in, and like that was good enough today. Bare minimum, I am drinking water as much as I can. It's really hot here and really super humid. Everyone should drink tons and tons of water. So I think I'm going to take a sip right now. You guys should drink your water right now too. So why am I telling you guys all of this? Why did I even turn on the mic today? I'm kind of just rambling, right? Maybe. Maybe. This episode is kind of going to be like half and half because Lexie and I recorded something on Saturday night. And we basically just chatted about how life is lifing us right now. We also chat a little bit about things that we've learned since we've moved. So that's coming in a few minutes. Anyway, I digress. Kind of going back to this idea of not feeling 100% and not having to show up at 100% all the time. I think of you guys, my listeners, as friends. I feel like if you're listening to the show, you probably have something in common with me, whether it's your post-grad or you dropped out of school like me and you're just trying to navigate a 9 to 5, or you're in college or you're going into college. So when I was driving home from the gym and I thought about that graphic that I saw on LinkedIn and I decided that I was going to record, of course, then I tried to talk myself out of recording, and I kept telling myself that no one's going to care because you're not happy, you're not positive. This isn't like an uplifting episode. And then I had this other thought. It's like a little angel devil on my shoulder conversation. I had this other thought on the other hand that said, no, you need to show up as you are today, because if you had a friend in your life who was struggling, who was feeling overwhelmed, and she knocked on your door and said, hey, can I just chat? Can we just rant? Can we just bitch? You wouldn't turn her away. So if you guys are turning on the show and you're not feeling it, you can just pause it, just turn it off, go listen to something else. I have like 80 other episodes that you can listen to, but this might resonate with someone. And why should I turn away an opportunity to chat with you guys, the listeners, my friends, essentially, just because I'm not feeling 100%? I don't even know if that made any sense. I'll probably listen back and be like, you totally butchered that thought, but hopefully that maybe resonated with someone. I don't know. I'm normally the one giving tips and tricks. Like my cup is completely depleted. I don't think I have many tips and tricks to give today. So if anyone has a tip or a trick or like a dose of motivation to send my way, or good vibes or a prayer, please do so. I love you guys so much. I love this podcast so much. If I ever don't show up, please just know that I want to so badly. I just do not know how. And that's something that I'm working on every single day, because it can't be all or nothing, right? You've got to be able to like meet in the middle. And I feel like this episode's challenging me in that way to kind of just show up at maybe like 25%, because like that's all I can do today. I'm going to go ahead and get into the portion with Lexie from the other night. Kind of a change of pace, maybe more fun to listen to, I don't know, but enjoy that half of the episode. Let me set the scene for you guys. Lex and I are parked in the kitchen. She is doing her nails in the gel light that we have. What color are you painting them?
Just like this sheer like sparkly pink that I have.
What's it called?
I kissed a girl and I liked it. No, it's love my mom, so basically.
The shade's called Love Your Mom by Emma. And we're drinking Prosecco. We've been watching and making TikToks. We actually went to Vita earlier with our friend. And we're just kind of having a chill night, girls' night. Thought that we'd turn on the pod. Lex actually had the idea to record a podcast today.
I did. I was at the gym and Lily was...
You might have to like lean in just a smidge.
I'm painting my nails. I'm talking loud though.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, I was at the gym and Lily was doing a life event. So I said we should probably do a podcast episode called Shit Happens.
And I might not call it Shit Happens, but I did want to record an episode just about how this week has been a week.
Well, and you had also mentioned a little bit ago, like you wanted to do an episode about like things we wish we knew when we moved. So I feel like we could tie it in together.
100%.
So, because it's crazy all the life experience you get like when you don't rely on your parents.
Oh, for sure.
And like obviously like that's a given, but I feel like it's not really understood until you experience it. And even more so like college versus like living on your own completely. Mm-hmm. It's similar but very different.
College, you're definitely still...
Like, it eases in, though.
It does. It eases in. And so I got the ease, for sure.
I just got slapped in the face.
You got exactly what you wanted. Yeah. Lex and I were actually talking about this the other day, but, you know, Lexie's 19, for those of you who don't know. And as a 19-year-old living on your own for the first time, it's a lot.
Yeah, big adjustment.
And especially when you're the only one doing what you're doing. I mean, obviously there's other 19-year-olds that didn't go to college, but most 19-year-olds do. And so you just have a very different experience, and I think like a really unique perspective on like this chapter of life.
Yeah. Well, it's not hard to adjust, but it's hard to let other people see the adjustment because...
Interesting take.
They don't necessarily like fully understand it.
What do you mean by that? Like other...
Like my friends.
Gotcha.
They don't fully understand, like, first of all, like why I did what I did, why I left my parents, which like obviously there's no big story. I just like joined Lily in Annapolis. Like it wasn't like I needed to get out of the house. Like I would have stayed with my parents as long as I could if it weren't for Lily's job opportunity here, but I just thought it'd be fun to just go with the flow and do it.
And I think everyone needs to spread their wings.
Yeah.
Like, you get so much life experience, and that's kind of what today's episode is all about.
Well, and it's just, like, I don't know, I think what I'm trying to get at is, like, what I already said about college, living on your own versus living on your own and doing everything yourself versus relying on your parents while you're still in college is completely different. And obviously not everybody is in college relying on their parents, but still it's like, you move out and you move to college and you come back on breaks.
I feel like you still kind of have like a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of my friends don't fully understand that. They only know what they've experienced, which is like a college move out.
Right, which is totally
and
valid.
Like, it's just hard to explain, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You only know what you've experienced. You only know what you know.
Absolutely.
And so for people who are in college, when I was 19, I give you so much props because I don't think I could do what you do at your age. Or when I think back to where I was when I was 19, who I was with, how I was spending my time.
I don't really know how I do it, quite honestly.
I don't really know either.
Like, I just, like, fully live my life. Like, I don't really, like, think twice about anything. And maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing, I'm not sure. Maybe that'll bite me in the butt. I don't know, I just, like, go with it one day at a time. I'm just like, whatever. You
really are just in an era of living life day to day, but in the best way.
Yeah. Like, I'm not careless, but I'm carefree.
Great way to put that.
Yeah.
So what do you think has been the biggest lesson that you've learned since moving out?
Honestly, I don't know. Say yours first, and then I'll say mine, because I don't really know. I can't, like, think of anything that comes to mind. Like, when I say one day at a time, I literally mean, like, I forget about yesterday and I don't think about tomorrow.
Look, she's thinking really hard about this. We made brownies and popcorn, like, late.
Boom Boom Shrimp.
Oh, that's right, because she went on
restaurant.
A date.
Yeah.
She went on a date last night.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, too. You're dating like an adult.
Yeah, and I feel like a
Yeah. No, she's dating on
just
like
bleep,
an adult.
Just give me a bleep because it's funnier.
Yeah. She's dating like an adult. I mean, we're both kind of... Here's the thing. There's a big difference between talking and dating.
Exactly.
And then a big difference between dating and a relationship.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that.
Okay, yeah. So people say, like, oh, I'm dating this guy. Like, in high school, like, you date, like, one guy because... You
go out.
Like, yeah, because, like, that's...
There is only one guy.
There's only one guy that's, like, worth, like, your time and effort. But like when you're an adult and there's lots of options and you want to like just explore, you don't have to be serious with anybody. Mm-mm. And you're not
you're allowed to date multiple guys at one time.
And you're not any nasty names if you go on multiple dates in a week, in a month. Like, hell, maybe 2 a day. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad because how are you gonna ever either A, meet people, but B, know what you like and dislike about guys if you don't say yes to men asking you out?
Right.
Like, I was skeptical about going on this date, and my mom was like, Lexie, you're never gonna, like, make friends. Even, because she was like, it doesn't have to go anywhere. You could just be really good friends with this guy, but you would never know because you're never gonna say yes and hang out with him. I was like, you're right. And I always am like, say yes to everything. That's how I live. She's a yes
woman.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
No, exactly. Like, I know my boundaries, but if it's not going to harm me or other people, like, why not?
Right.
It's just a missed opportunity.
I think, too, going on dates, I'm just talking dates, like, literally just grabbing a drink, grabbing dinner, maybe
coffee,
even coffee, like,
lunch, whatever.
Just having...
Or honestly, even just, like, hanging out.
But I think it helps, and I'm not just talking about you specifically, I'm just talking about, like, in general. Mm-hmm. Like, just going on dates helps to build your confidence. It helps with, I mean, I'm a very introverted person, mm-hmm. and since moving, I guess this kind of starts to tie into, like, the lessons that we've learned, but since moving, I've kind of come out of my shell a little bit.
Yeah, I think you have to.
I definitely have, and I've learned how to talk to people better. I've learned how to kind of just, like, make friends mm-hmm. to some degree, mm-hmm. and obviously making friends is a lifelong process. I feel like you can never have enough friends. If there's anybody who's, like, not open to making friends, like, they're lame. Like, have you ever met someone that's like, oh, I have enough friends, like, I don't want to make more friends?
No, but that would be really weird if someone said that.
Yeah. So I think even if you're not open to, like, a relationship, just chatting it up with people is so much fun.
I love talking to people. I will always talk to strangers.
People are so
I came home the other day and I was like, Lily, I made a friend at the gas station, and she was like, tell me more. Like, she didn't know where I was going, but, like, then we ended up having this great conversation. But that would have never happened if I just decided to be like, oh, there's, like, this weird guy that said hi to me at the gas station, I'm just gonna get back in my car and lock my door. No, I made friends with him. Like, not that, like, we still have, like, contact with each other. Like, I said bye at the gas station, never to be seen again. But, like, honestly, it's just, like, makes for such an interesting, like, moment in time.
And you never know who you're gonna meet.
Mm-hmm,
and you never know who, like, needs a smile that day, or, like, mm-hmm. who needs the door held for them. You just never know what someone else is going through, and you also never know, like, you could just make someone's day.
Yeah, and, like, it's just not, like, of course it's, like, fun to know people, but it's fun to make connections.
Mm-hmm. You and
Abby.
You and Abby, who's one of my coworkers, but also quickly turned into one of our good friends. You guys are the two best networkers I've ever mm-hmm. met, and you two know everybody. But you don't even try.
No. And it's just,
I want to have Abby on the podcast.
That would be very chaotic for all of us. Her and I, like, rally each other up. But I will say, I have, and I always have, like, kind of a photographic memory for certain things.
You do. You're like Cam Jansen.
For certain things. I won't say that, like, I did my math homework and I knew the answers on the test. Like, that's not the case. But for some odd reason, I have a good memory when it comes to, like,
names and faces.
Well, maybe not so much names, but, like, faces. And, like,
No, literally, we will be driving down the strerit and you'll pass someone and they will
they're this person's friend or this person's girlfriend.
And I actually met them when I was standing in line at Rise Up, and then we talked, and then I followed them on Instagram, and they actually know someone from back home in Ocean City. And did you know that their cousin is so-and-so?
Well, and that's, like, the coolest thing about Annapolis, and maybe because it's a military town, so, like, everybody has crossed paths at some point. But it's absolutely insane to meet people and then end up knowing so many of the same people.
It's such a small town. I thought that we were moving to, like, a small city.
It's honestly, it feels a little bit smaller.
It feels smaller
than home. Yeah, like,
smaller than Ocean City.
And maybe that's just because, like, Ocean City, it's, like, family base versus here, everybody's from all over, but that makes it even crazier connections because they're from all over, and then now we're all like in this bubble of Annapolis. Like then everyone's like, oh yeah, they went here, and my mom knows their mom, like they own this, like it's a whole big chain all the time,
and it's pretty young. Like, I want to talk about just living in Annapolis as a young person really quick, because ever since I had that random TikTok blow up for like no reason, I have gotten so many messages from people that just want to know about living in Annapolis, want to know about like, you know, where to live, who to live with, all this stuff. I will tell you, finding a place here is the craziest process. And you just have to keep looking. There are no tips. There are no tricks. Yeah. It's just pure luck.
Well, I don't think luck exists. I think it's chance.
Okay. Why?
Because, I mean, luck is so cliche. Like, I don't really know how to describe it. Like,
or a blessing.
If you have,
it's not luck, it's a blessing.
If you have, quote, bad luck, maybe that's not bad luck. Maybe that's just...
Maybe you just have a negative perspective on life.
A negative perspective, or you missed an opportunity, so it led you in a different way than it was supposed to, or, like, I don't know. I just don't believe in luck.
What do you think is your favorite part about living in Annapolis?
I don't know.
Or, like, your top 3 things. I won't make you pick one.
But I don't really know. I just feel I've always felt very connected for whatever reason here. I've always said I wanted to move here, so I don't really know what like draws me here. It just does. But definitely all the people are so nice, and like you mentioned, it's a really young town. I mean, it's a college town. So I don't know. It's fun to make friends, whatever, but I don't know. There's so much to do and so much to explore, and we're so close to everything. So there's a lot of, like, the possibilities are endless when it comes to, like, doing things and, like, activities. I don't know, though. I don't really know, like, how to, I don't know.
What are your favorite activities to do?
I don't have any because I'm always working. Like, in general? Or here?
I'll get specific. Favorite restaurant?
Vita.
Okay, Taco, Vita. They've got the best spicy
But I feel like we should
ones.
start exploring other places. Because the place I went last night was so good.
That was
it was Ken Island, but still, it was like, there's so many places like that.
Yeah.
I love Pussers. I work there.
Chop Tank's good. We'll need to go there. We got to get a reservation.
No, apparently their food's not good, though.
Okay, but they're a brand new restaurant.
That's true.
You got to cut them some slack. Like, I feel like, I mean, I went for a glass of wine the other night, and that's pretty easy. The bartender was super sweet. Very stressed out.
Was it the guy from Red One Wine Boy?
No, but
he's the manager.
See him. Yeah, he's the manager. Okay. Yeah, we did see him. Super nice guy. But yeah, the bartender that we had was like pretty stressed out. But I would imagine so. It was crazy packed in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like anytime a brand new restaurant opens, like if you're gonna eat there, you got to give them like a month minimum.
That's so true. That's why I didn't want to work there.
No.
Like switching jobs, I did not.
You gotta let them like work out their kinks.
Yeah. And then also as a customer going there, then everything that like accidentally fumbles just because it's a new restaurant falls back on you as like the server or the host or the busser. Like everything's an issue.
Yeah.
And that's really hard when you're trying to learn the job, but they're also like it's a first time experience, and then everybody. you don't want to mess that up for them. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. Okay. Favorite spot to watch the sunrise?
Probably City Dock. We need a good sunset place.
We do.
I was driving around trying to find like a little like beach area, but I mean it wasn't the best just because a lot of it was residential, so there was no place to put my car. I've seen like all my friends' Instagrams and stuff, but maybe that's because like somebody lives by there, so they just like walk around. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Bay Ridge, there's like pretty like beach areas, but they're all residential.
We definitely have more exploring to do.
Oh yeah,
no doubt about it.
I just feel like we don't even have like a chance to do that because we're always working.
We've been so busy that this podcast is late,
and it's all over the place,
and it's incredibly chaotic probably to listen to.
Probably.
I meant to record this on Monday because I typically like to record on Mondays and then edit and have it up Thursday. But literally, I have been so exhausted when I get home from work. Like, all I can do is just like lay down on the couch. Like, I had to drag myself to the gym this week.
Yeah.
I worked out 3 times, which is good. I did gym twice, spin once, and then I did yoga on the balcony every morning. So I guess
I know. I really need to get back into yoga. It's so bad. Like, I haven't been to a class in who knows how long.
But it's so good. We were talking about this earlier today, but I feel my best, like my most confident, and my body feels its best when I do yoga frequently. That's one thing that I'm, I guess, kind of struggling with here is I haven't found a studio that's similar to the studio that we went to at home.
Yeah.
And so I really miss like that vibe of classes. And I just don't.
That's what, yeah, like I don't feel connected.
Right. It's the connection.
Yeah. But also that's the, like, the only studio we only really went to. So, like, growing up and growing in our yoga practice, like, they were with us through the whole journey. Right. So.
Yeah, it's, like, natural to kind of be more connected because we went there for, like, 4 or 5 years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to spin today for the first time in, like, 6 months, and that was incredible. I went to a 6:15 a.m. Tribe class. Tribe's a spin studio in Annapolis, and it was super fun. And it just made me realize how much I miss spin. And literally for such a long time, I wanted to be a spin instructor. And then I kind of just got discouraged for a while. And so I feel like I just kind of, I don't know if I resented it or just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe just got, like, I burned myself out. But going back today just made me realize, like, how much I missed it. So knowing that we were going to record this episode, like, things that I learned since I moved out or, like, things that I wish I knew before I moved out, all this stuff. I know that was probably, like, the most random collection of audio clips you guys have ever heard. But I hope that at a minimum, it at least entertained you to some degree, or you got a good laugh or whatever. We're going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a rate and a review, and that just helps more people find and listen to the show. If you guys are feeling anything like how I felt at the beginning of this episode, know that you're not alone. Check in on your friends, give people hugs, and know that it's going to be okay, and we're all going to be okay. Love you guys lots, and I will chat with you next week.